Hello, this is Audio Heads, and we are with Geeks Assembled. Today we're doing Sixth and Peri story. It's our Christmas season, so yeah, we're doing Blood on Santa's Claw. And I was just wondering, Lee, did you want to discuss all four stories in this set, or just the Blood on Santa's Claw?
Well, I think we should discuss all four because, spoiler alert, I mean, it's out there now. It's been released over a week. It's not the usual four stories anthology Christmas release.
Right, it is a bit different.
It's a 4-part story.
Yeah, but you're kind of fooled, aren't you?
You
You
kind
got
of
like you got this whole you got these three different authors and Nev Fountain, and Nev Fountain usually writes a funny story, but this time there were three other authors that were ostensibly other authors, but I'll
well,
leave it up to Lee to discuss. So, okay, why don't you go and give your opening thoughts on all four parts, and you
yeah,
know,
okay, right. Blood on Santa's Claw and other stories. Yes, as I said, they usually release a Christmas anthology thing with 4 different stories to do with Christmas. And as this was released, everybody thought, yeah, okay, we're going to do 4 different stories. But once you get to the end of episode 3 into episode 4, you think this is the same story. This is a continuation of episode 1, episode 2. I was fooled, and I think everybody out there has been fooled. And yeah, it's because also as well, this has another companion from out of nowhere. You have Joe
yeah,
traveling with Doctor and Peri, and
and not the Joe that you're expecting.
no,
Not Joe with a mini skirt and a frilly jacket, right?
whatever he wants to wear on the weekend is up to him. But but yeah, another companion. Apparently, been traveling with the Doctor and Peri for 3 adventures before this. I had to go and look up. I'm thinking, have I missed some audios here? But no, this is just out the blue. New companion in the TARDIS, and his Peri's boyfriend. Apparently,
Yeah, and
So
apparently he was in like a New Order sort of style band.
and met Peri in the Top of the Pop studio. But yeah, but it is an enjoyable. I mean, they go to this planet and they discover Santa Claus has been murdered, or allegedly, or someone dressed as Santa Claus. And then the next story is the sort of genetic engineering. So that was a bit creepy, that story. It was called The Baby Awakes, where Peri and her boyfriend was choosing
They're a child.
child, but they can dismiss this child and pick another child or a different age. That was very weird to listen to. And then you had I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day, with the ongoing Christmas party going on and on and on. And with the robots, would you like a nibble? And then you get part 4 with the Brightly Shone the Moon That Night, which when you suddenly get to that part, you think, oh my God, it is the same story. It's not 4 separate stories. And there is another thing. Did you listen to the documentary, Susan?
A little bit of it, yeah.
Did you get to the part about the authors?
Yeah.
The swines. They had me fooled as well. Not 4 separate authors, just one. Oh, you Ned Fountain, you. But yeah, I enjoy it. I mean, I always enjoy the Christmas releases because I love Christmas, and to get the element of Christmas into these stories, I think one of them, I think Ned Fountain said he was given the gist of the stories, but then added he was told to add Christmas into it, which he said himself made it a lot better with the Christmas element. Yeah, and Colin Baker and Nicola Bryant. You can tell as well, this is the TV Doctor, the Sixth Doctor, not the Big Finish Doctor in future. This is where this is mostly fitted into through the TV series, because he's a bit more grumpier. He's a bit
True.
more, a bit more aggressive. Because in when the Big Finish shows in later years, he's more gentle. He's calmed down. But this is so. I'm assuming this is during his TV run.
Peri still wanders off, and
Yeah.
she isn't quite as empowered and quite as outer spacey as she becomes at the end.
Well, she was quite empowered when she pushed that button in episode, I can't remember which one it was now, episode 3, which it could be Christmas every day.
Right.
Willing to sacrifice her life. So she was quite ballsy there. Yeah, I enjoyed it. It's a very good 4-part adventure. So that's my opening thoughts anyway, Susan.
Yeah, I enjoyed it a whole lot. I love the using of silver throughout all 4 stories.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love the bits where at the party, I thought it reminded me of that party in what you call it, in Restaurant at the End of the Universe, or the other one of the Douglas Adams stories that they're on a party that's been floating around and stops by and takes up all these things, and I just that was very Douglas Adams to me, and I really loved the Peri and her and Joe, and their baby, and then the baby grows up and turns into a monster, because as we later find out that Joe is a werewolf, and because he's
who would have expected that?
well, nobody, because he's not actually part of the royal family. So I mean, it's not part of that modern Who kind of thing with Queen Victoria and her whole brood. This is a different whole thing. This is actually hearkening back. The werewolves are called werelords, and they're hearkening back to the fight with the vampires, the ones who were in
State of Decay.
State of Decay. Yeah. Right? And so, I mean, this is really great monster story. I'm pretty into this. It was really epic, and it was really, really spooky, and it was atmospheric, and there was so much tinsel, and throughout all of it, the songs were great. The blending of the ideas were great, and I really enjoyed it, and I love how Colin was he was snarky and punchy and stuff, just like he was in TV. So you're right about that, Lee. Absolutely, 100% right about that. And so, yeah, this is the Christmas story that we've all been waiting for, and it talks about some of the issues that transcend all of Doctor Who, from genetic engineering to time, bouncing. I just had this image of baby Benton also, I mean, there's a lot of sort of resonant stuff in there, just like a bell ringing, like a lot of silver bells ringing. Okay, anyway, back over to you, Lee. What's your favorite part?
Well, the first Blood on Satan's Claw, the first part. I do like. I mean, it was unexpected, but where they meet, was it Ratty and Toad? But then it's not the real them. They've had all the bodies augmented, because they're the cult of
Wind in the Willow.
Or the cult of Shakespeare. So just brilliant. And also as well with the announcer, the PA announcer across the city and all like that. Always sounds off with a ho ho ho. I just like that. But yeah, I mean also as well the bit with the doctor says to the reindeer, Rudolph. Oh, you must be Rudolph, because was it the nose that gave it away? Little bits of writing like that's brilliant. But all the way through, I said the baby awakes. As I said, that was the darkest one in the story of that episode, because of the way it affected Peri. Didn't want to let the babies go, but Joe wanted to see them older, and that was dark, and it was quite touching as well. But then you get the everlasting Christmas party, and Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day with the annoying service robots. And then of course you get the second part to that, with brightly shone the moon that night, when you realise it's not a party, it's a prison ship.
And who's in the prison? All the werelords.
All the werelords, but they can't do it because all the robots are made of silver. I mean, the silver's been mined in the planet on the first episode. So it's all interconnecting, which is brilliant. And
keep connecting. What was with the second episode?
The second episode is the
baby awakes.
The baby awakes. Yeah, it was in part 4, the people who came to save Peri and that lot was their children, all sort of grown up. It is very well written, very well connected, and say Nev Fountain is an awesome writer. I mean, to put the authors' names, different authors' names on the show. I mean, what was it? The Blood on Satan's Claw, written by Alan Terrigo.
In other words, alter ego.
Alter ego, yeah. And then The Baby Awakes is written by Susan Denham.
Pseudonym?
Yeah.
Pseudonym?
Yeah. And then I Wish It Could Be Christmas Every Day by Andrew Lias.
Alias.
Yeah. And of course, the fourth part is by Nev Fountain. I wonder what pseudonym that is from.
It's a funny name.
Yeah. But enjoyable. I mean, I wasn't expecting, once at the end of part 4, I was not expecting werewolves. That was just out of the blue. I thought, wow, yeah, we haven't had a good werewolf story from Big Finish for quite a while.
It really surprised me.
It really did surprise me, and it really worked well, in part 4, and it really worked well with the Christmas theme as well. It's just so well put together, and as you said, the sound, the effects, and everything just goes so well with this.
Yeah.
So over to you, Susan.
I like the music, and I love that all of the hymns and stuff, and then I love that Peri. I'm all about romance and stuff, and so I love that Peri found an 80s pop star to fall in love with and carry with her. I mean, that's really something that all of us from the 80s really wanted, to find that one pop star that really, really, hit our hot button and run away with them and take them with us, or whatever it looked like. That was always our desire. And the other thing that was really sweet was the way that Santa Claus was a noble sacrifice, and that Peri wanted to do the noble sacrifice, but the reality of the situation is that there were the they were hanging a lot of tinsel on the story, and the underlying story was good. So I'm not surprised that it went where it did, and I'm not surprised that it showed kind of the thing that it showed. And I wasn't really surprised about the werewolves. I really wasn't surprised about that. Um,
Always
after I listened through it the first time, but the first time I was like, "What? Oh my gosh! Wow, that's amazing! Ho ho ho! What a surprise that is!" Anyway, that was great. And so, what is your final say and score there, Lee? Unless you have more to add.
No. As I said, I do enjoy these Christmas releases from them. And please keep doing them. Maybe sometime in the near future you could do a Halloween special. Big Finish, please. But there again, most of Big Finishes can be a bit creepy all year through. Yeah, no, I enjoyed it. It's just brilliant to see Colin Baker getting some great scripts, because as we've said many times before, when he was on the TV, they didn't do him justice. They just didn't. But Big Finish know how to treat their doctors, all their doctors, because every doctor what's been and worked with Big Finish have had awesome stories. Far, in my opinion, far superior to when they was on the TV. Just my opinion, of course. People may argue that, but But yeah, it's just a brilliant, well put together, festive romp.
Yeah, and so what would be your marks for it?
What could I say now? I would say I'm going to give it 10 nibbles out of 10.
And I liked, let's see, I like how intense they got, and the outer spaciness as well. So not only do we have werewolves in outer space with pop star and Christmas. So, some of the things that we love the most were wrapped up in this story. And I would encourage you to get this and listen to this. And I would suggest that you share it widely and stuff. Please allow me to congratulate Nicola and Colin and team on their continued success at Big Finish, and like what Lee was saying. So yeah, okay. I will give this 10 silver tinsel decorations that are not to be removed that tie up a Santa Claus who has been shot in the head with a blaster out of 10. And yeah, let's and here we could slot in something from some of the other members of this cast if they would like to drop a little bit. But if not, just enjoy this and do tune in again in a couple weeks, maybe a fortnight, maybe 3 weeks, for more audio heads, because we have lots more to discuss. Oh my gosh. And so yeah, thank you, Lee, for joining me. And do like, subscribe, hit the bell to be reminded of our content as it's released. Yes.
Is it a silver bell?
Yes, it's a silver bell.
Oh, ding dong.
Ding dong, ding dong, ding dong, ding.
Oh,
and merry bells are ringing.
Copyright.
No, nobody would ever assume that the song would be, the song if I'm singing it, Lee. Please do not fear. And yeah, with all of that, yeah, like it, subscribe, and hit the silver bell, and also feel free to join us because, I mean, for us to be discussing this kind of literature, this kind of audio adventure and literature with just Lee and I, we should have more people here. But we enjoy doing this, so we'll keep doing this. But please invite yourself along. You're 18 and got a camera and got a microphone and got a Santa hat. No, I'm just kidding.
You're a bit insane as well. Helps.
Yeah. Join us anyway. So thank you for watching. Ho, ho, ho.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho.